Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Adriane, your quantum love coach, greeting you from beautiful New Zealand, my hometown, Auckland. It's Auckland Anniversary Day, the 27th of January. 180 years ago, the foundation for this large and rather exposed to the ocean city was laid, and I thought it's the perfect day to create a kind of a reading, a channeling, and a reflection on the energies of current times. Now, I spoke recently about the awareness that 2020 is bringing a new love energy, a new awareness into the consciousness of many people, particularly those who have not been for long term on spiritual or personal development paths. I think it's becoming evident that a lot of newbies and a lot of new seekers come about to find solutions, processes, and also kind of pathways to happier lives, to better relationships, and to greater health. So the first card that came about in preparation to this reading is the card Slow Down, and I think it really describes a little bit where everybody is anchored in the moment. People are busy. It's through the high energy, very likely that we all overdo it. We overdo it and celebrating a lot and having lots of meetings and thinking about new ways and new strategies to make 2020 a much more successful, healthier and happier year. And yet at the same time, we need to understand it is a self-reflective and a very personal, unique inner process. And for those, we need to really be able to feel the inner invertendos of our being. And the card that came about from the Queen of Moon Oracle's card is the card Extremes. And Extremes really speaking about the invertendo of the heat, the passion, the love, the fullness versus the darkness, the slowness, the quietness, the coldness at times that is really actually even so cold that we don't want to live anymore, that we find it's depressive, it's not the way we want to live. And because these weathers in particular our southern hemisphere at the moment are so hot and so extreme, it is actually very easy to invoke these kind of sensations. So Bali is very hot still. I will fly back on Wednesday, and I heard that the weather has changed very little to the time I left it around 3 weeks ago. So it is really interesting to see that the world is a hot and heated place at the moment, and that we certainly need to be in full consciousness about the changes that are happening in climate terms, in the way we live, and how our environment and nature respond to it. So another card that really came about in my preparation is the card I Love You, and I think it stands for the deep desire we all have to be in a sacred and a sexual, fulfilling and intimately really deeply belonging union. And I think here comes another element with it, the fear to let go of what stops us to have that, at the same time the fear to opening up, and also the fear of letting go those relationships that might not be useful, that might not be particularly resourceful for us anymore in our lives. And I think the Death card, which I have here right next to this beautiful I Love You card, is actually the invitation to see our life as a kind of constant renewal process. I mean, like nature creates seasons, our life creates seasons. And I think in order to have that happiness, this 10th cup or the 10 cup energy that gives us a sense of belonging and the I love you to be really manifested, I think for that to happen, we need to understand that it is really, as I said right at the beginning, an introverted and introspective process for which we have to slow down and find a way that opens us up to see these areas in our unconscious that still want to develop more, deep awareness, healing, and transformation. Now, 220 is a 4-year. What came up as well in preparation to this reading is the Emperor. It is the Emperor year. I mean, astrologers say it's a year where the masculine is very, very dominant, where the masculine will feel a greater sense of expansion and healing, where the divine masculine will step in with new rules, new ways, new processes, new procedures, new agreements with the divine feminine to actually have a quantum energy alive that gives enough space for both genders, for both energies to really find a new dance, a new version, a new quality, a new expression of relationships to be alive. Now, with this also comes the blossoming card of the Queen of Moon Oracle. Deck is very powerful. It's this gorgeous, beautiful young lady in her flowery skirt, and she holds a violin, and this full moon of the flower moon is right at the top. I mean, we are just gone from this new moon in Aquarius we had this week. It is a very, very expensive week, as I just said at the beginning of this recording. So we just aim now coming into the next expansion phase, where the extremes in which we experience our fears and release them, to be able to have a sense of blossoming, renewal happening in our existences. So, and to end this now, I will take one more beautiful Whispers of Love oracle card, and it will be a card that says enhance your emotions. So I think, yes, having Sun in beautiful Aquarius at the moment, the astrology being very, very, very much an 8th, 9th house setting in our charts. So I think embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and to be accepted is a really, really very, very honest and very truthful message to all of us in embracing our emotions, how fearful and anxious we might be, how extreme we might feel certain experiences are at the moment, between this beauty and passion and expansion to really having very low and very dark and very lonely and sometimes maybe even depressed moments. So I think I'll bring it back now to round it up to this beautiful I love you card. And I just want to say, we have in the sky beautiful Venus as being the planet of love and beauty, together with Neptune, who is our visionary light bringer. In conjunction today and tomorrow, these two will meet in the sky, and I think it's not time for making explicit, clear, detailed decisions about relationships, but really to be able to slow down, to be able to experience a sense of release and death of the old in the way how we embrace our emotions and how we embrace the extremes we actually do experience within ourselves, in order to have a happy and joyous, fulfilling vision for our life, because Neptune is the visionary, and with that to bring a lot of blossoming of beautiful energy into a year that will help the divine masculine to be a very empowering and a very, very truth-bringing and authentic year. So yeah, I hope you can feel the love. I hope you be embraced. I hope you have the connections in your life, and if not, and if you want to manifest them, or heal yourself, or heal your past, or heal relationships that help to enable that, please contact me. In the description box below you have my website links. You also can book on my homepage a discovery session, which is a gift of 30 minutes of my time to you. In this time we will elucidate the issues that are really evident in your life right now, and which then might lead us to work together on further work, a foundation session, and some other quantum intimacy processes that help you to get ready for the relationship you absolutely desire and wish to manifest in your life. Yeah, like this recording, be part of my quantum love coach clan and my tribe in subscribing to this channel. And overall, I thank you for being here today and watching me and observing me and being part of a wonderful, expansive evolution of individual light workers wanting to manifest a love life surrounding a love life foundation and a love life environment that makes it safe and content, authentic, and really beautiful and loving for all of us to exist in. So this means that being respectful with our very own needs, well beyond our wants in relationships, is something that I deeply care about. So if you do want to work on really claiming your needs and make that a priority for the next weeks and months to come, in order to be in the resonance of this I love you, that love energy, then please be my companion on the journey and reach out. I'm looking forward to being in connection with you and wishing you a beautiful week, a beautiful end of January, and a new month of February that hopefully brings renewals in your very own inner willingness to go beyond, to create extremes in your very own inner core, to expand yourself, to transform yourself, and ultimately to enlighten yourself on this journey. Namaste, wishing you a wonderful phase in this beautiful new moon and transformative energy we are holding right now, and may Venus and Neptune helping you to create the visions for love life you absolutely deserve. Namaste.